Hi, I'm Connie Townsend, group fitness instructor with the Wenatchee Racquet Athletic Club, doing another at-home workout. And today we're going to do upper body, lower body. First one upper body exercise, then one lower body exercise. So it's going to be bouncing back and forth through the whole workout. It's a toning workout. We're going to work all of our muscle groups. We're using some dumbbells or some evenly weighted objects like water bottles, cans of soup. And if you have a ball, I'm going to be using a ball to do some wall squats. Otherwise, you're welcome to do a wall sit. So if you've got some gadgets, we'll use them today. All right, we're going to do a little warm up first. Let's do our lower body first. Legs are squat width apart, but a little bit narrower. About hip width or so. Shoulders back. Belly button drawn in. Head nice and high. We're going to do some squat knees up. So you're alternating. You're sitting down. Then your knee comes up. So it gets all the leg muscles warmed up and working. You're getting all the core muscles starting to activate. Takes a little balance to keep from falling over. So we're starting to activate all those muscles working together, coordinating. Starting to breathe a little heavier. Woo. One more. Feet a little wide. Let's just reach across. So we're starting to warm up, stretch, and use the upper body muscles. Just let that foot pivot on the toe. Starting to reach a little further, out through the fingertips. So we're getting the back stretched out a little bit. Your shoulder blades stretch. All those muscles are working. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Woo! Let's keep the feet wide. Now, we're going to do a plie squat with a knee up. So your toes are turned out a little bit. So it's the same thing as we did earlier, but the knee comes out to the side. Woo! So that gets a different set of muscles around the hips warmed up, as well as those big squat muscles. Lift. Not very high at first. It's a rhythmic motion. Gets the blood flowing. Gets the muscles warmed up for use. Woo. Three, 2, and 1. Just march it out a little. Okay. Arm motion, simulating a pull down. As if you have a bar. Grab hold of the bar, pull it down. Our arms come a little closer at the top though than in the weight room. So pull the arms back. And as you come down, you're kind of squeezing in those shoulder blades. Woo. Okay, we got 4, 3, 2. You can feel the shoulder blades starting to fatigue a little bit. Roll them forward. Let's roll them back. Woo! warmed up. Let's come out in front. Pretend we're gonna grab some handles and pull back. Now you're really able to squeeze those shoulder blades together. Keep them just a little below the shoulder height. Any higher and we start to really tighten up around the shoulders. So keep them down. How about two more? Squeeze and squeeze. Now, down, up. So you're feeling the sides of the shoulders. Keep those shoulder blades down your back. Don't let them come up and down. Lock them in place. 4, 3, 2, and back up. We're going to come forward, tuck the chin, look down, around the back, upper back. Now pull back and squeeze. You get in the front of the shoulders and the chest to stretch. Woo! All right, let's come down. Push toward the floor. Tilt the head sideways. And switch. And again. And again. All right, back to center. Let's bring them up. Push down. Turn the head, look over the shoulder. And around the other side. All right, we're warmed up enough to get started. We're going to start with the lower body. Then we'll move to the upper body and keep going. So, if you've got a little ball, even the littlest little sports ball, I gotta dust mine off. I haven't used it for a while. Or if you've got a big fitness ball, anything works. Also, instead of a wall squat, feet way out in front, weight is in your heels. You can scooch down, pull that navel into the wall, shoulders back, head back, and just do a wall sit. Okay, so a wall squat is just that, but you get to move up and down. Now, don't keep your feet close underneath you. They've got to be way out in front. So adjust the ball so you feel like you can keep it behind you. Feet are out in front. All right, so they're a little wide. All right, shoulders back. Here we go. Uh-oh, a squeaky part of the program. So when you're coming down, knees come to about 90 degrees. Shoulders back, head is high. You're pushing through the heels as you stand back up. Now, a way to challenge yourself is to actually use weights here if you want. Add a little bit to the body. Okay, we're gonna do this for a minute. Woo! So, got about 6 seconds. And let's come off the wall. All right. Lower body. So, we're going to switch to upper. We're going to get the hard ones done first. Good old push-ups. So, your hands are going to be straight under the chest and wide. So that when you come down, your arms are kind of doing a goalpost shape. And you know you can do these in 3 different ways. Let's come down to the floor. So, hands wide, you can either keep the knees underneath you, you can move them back, or you can be on your toes. All right, let's get started. Your belly button's drawn up toward the spine. The back of your head is pulled up toward the ceiling a little bit. You don't want to look up. Just look neutral. Only do what you can. If you need to stop for a minute and rest, you can do that. Give that half a minute. Constantly be readjusting. Make sure you're right over those hands. Woo, 10 seconds. Belly button pulled in. One more. Yeah. Woo. All right, slowly up. You don't want to see stars. So, get back up to standing. Now these you can use dumbbells in your hands as well. I'm just going to show you the body weight option. We're going to do a set of alternating lunge pulses. And then we will grab a weight, just one, and we will do some standing pullovers. So lower body, I'm going to show you from the side. Well, I'll show you front first. Your feet are always hip width apart. Feet are parallel. All right, so don't turn out, don't turn in, because then your knees will follow. Okay, we're gonna go forward. So, there's a little 3-point pulse in there. 1, 2, 3. Your upper body just stays up, we don't lean. Drop that back leg down toward the floor. When you step forward, you're landing in that heel. 1, 2, 3. Pull back. Toes are facing straight forward. Navel pulled in. Just do what you can. Take a little rest if you need to. We're going to try to do a minute on everything we do. If you're having trouble balancing, get near a wall or have a chair right next to you. About 10 seconds or less. How about one more side? Even it up. Woo! Shake them out. So lunges work those same muscles that a squat does. Front, back, glute. But because your feet are staggered, you're also working on core because you're very unbalanced. All right, let's take a weight for the upper body. I'm going to do some standing pullovers. So it's not a squat swing. We're not using the lower body. Loosen the knees. That keeps our pelvis neutral. Shoulders back and down. We're just going to lift. So you're swinging up. From the side, you can see it's just a pivot in that shoulder joint. You're just swinging. Now, only lift as high as your shoulders can support. If that's kind of halfway up, that's okay. But as you get stronger in your back, shoulders, arms, and core, you can maybe start getting higher. You can pull it back so your arms are right next to the ears. Keep it going. Just a little longer, about 15 seconds. Gets the heart rate up as you're working the whole upper body. How about one more lift here? Oh, woo. Now you can And let that weight pull his shoulders forward a little if you want to loosen them up. They get a little tired. Okay, our third block of lower, upper, upper, lower. Going back to our legs, we're going to do a curtsy lunge. That's a crossover lunge. And when you do that, don't step too far over there, because we don't want this leg to turn or twist, okay? We just want to step across and lower that back knee. It's a lunge. Back to center, and then we're going to do a squat in the center before we do the other side. So we're going side to side. Shoulders are back. Let's start a little close. All right, step, drop, squat. So really slow at first. Get your balance. Your body stays upright in the lunge. Toes are facing front. There's a lot to control here. So if it bothers your knees or your hips, just step back into a regular lunge. Woo! Got about 15 seconds here. Do what you can. You got time to finish it. Oops, wait, now I gotta do one more. Because that side is where I started. All right, catch your breath. Get the heart rate up. Now, this next one we're gonna do upper body. We're gonna do it in a lean position, doing that pullover again, but this time we're leaned over. So, maybe not as heavy. Feet wide. Woo. We're gonna be in a squat. So, shoulders back, sit down, and pull up. So it's the same motion as the pullovers. But because you're bent, you've increased the use of the muscles. Because now gravity's pulling more on you. Just look at an angle out in front of you somewhere. Don't look up, and don't look at your feet. Come on. The heavier the weight, the harder, of course. Pull that navel toward the spine. We've got 15 seconds. Whew. One more rep. Put it down. Okay. Now, we're going to go back to our legs. We're doing a plank up into a squat hold. So it's actually getting down and up, kind of as quick as you can. Now you can jump it from a plank, jump it back in, hold a squat, or you can come down, step back, step in, hold. So it can be kind of low impact, no jumping. And I'll show you a few of those in a moment. Otherwise, I'm going to show you from the side. Make sure you have room behind you. Okay, you can keep your feet wide. All right, so this is your hold squat. This is your plank. This is your hold squat. This is your plank. Up. Now I'll show you those slower ones. Maybe alternate feet. Whew. don't have much flexibility in your low back, you can go to a step. Do a plank on a step. How about 2 more? Oh, march it up. Okay, that gets the heart rate up because we're down and up. So just let it recover a little. Whew. So as you're bringing the heart rate down, let's do, grab your weights for an overhead press. So you can keep it pretty low. We are doing a minute, you know, so moderate. Now you can always do the wide ones, or if you have any shoulder issues, anything bothering your shoulder, then keep it narrow, palms in. That's always the safest way. Okay, loose knees, neutral pelvis. Here we go. Exhale, inhale. It's like you're trying to touch the knuckles to the ceiling every time. Now your navel is drawn back toward the spine. Those core muscles are activated. They're the muscles in the torso that are supporting the weight and helping your arms move. We're not putting that stress in the low back. We don't want to arch the low back. 15 seconds. Oh, almost there. Woo! How about one more? Press it all the way up. Now, either hold on to those weights or you can increase them. We're gonna go back to our lower body, and that's a deadlift. So, we've done these many times. Our legs can be narrow, they can be wide, whatever you're comfortable with. Shoulders back. We're gonna hold in front. Now keep the shoulder blades squeezing together as you come down. Up and squeeze the glutes. So your back never rounds, especially the shoulders. As you come up, you're pushing through those heels, contracting the glutes. I'll show you from the side. So we don't tilt the head down to look at the feet. Just keep it neutral. Pushing through those heels. Now you don't need to come very far down to get the benefit. Or if you're flexible in the hips and hamstrings, you can come down further. Keep it up. Whew. And last one. Oh. Now stay with a moderate weight. Or if you were using heavy, go ahead and you can try the heavy too. Because this next one, upper body, is a combination of a row for the back and a bent reverse fly for the back of the shoulders. So that one is a smaller muscle group. So you might want to use a little lighter weight for that particular reason. But we're going to try it. We're going to do a narrow row and then a fly. So you're in a bent position. You're going to row back. You're going to fly out. Pull. Now your core has to be tight here to support the spine. We don't bring those weights up any higher than our shoulders. Back stays straight. I'm going to show you from the side. You can stagger your feet, or you can be in a squat position. Keep it up. When you row, try to touch those elbows behind. Pull. Woo. Almost there. One more. Yeah. All right. Now, you're going to have to keep one weight around. You can set one of them down. The next two little blocks of lower and upper will actually be the same exercise. It'll be one leg, one arm, and then it'll be the other leg, other arm. So you can set the weight down for now. All right, I'm going to show you from the side. Now, take one leg out in front, step back with the other. You're on your toes. Your legs are hip width apart. You can use the wall for support if you need to here. All right, we're going to bend that front knee and lean over. This is going to be a one-legged deadlift using that front leg, the hamstring and the glute. Okay, so you're just going to come back up to standing and then back down to that start position. Now you can stay pretty shallow. Let's go ahead and start. Or you can get deeper, coming into kind of a leaning lunge and then pushing into this heel to get yourself back up. Woo! Really working on the hamstring and glute again, just like we did with the regular deadlifts. How about one more? Oh. Now, you're going to step back. That same leg that was working is still out front. We're going to grab our weight. We're going to hold a leaning position. You can bend both legs. You can go into a lunge. Body weight's still down into this heel, so it's getting more work. All right, upper arm held high. Let's do a tricep kick back. So you're getting two things here. That front leg is still working. It's starting to really tire. And then we're working the triceps, back of the arms. So your focus is on that upswing and back, that press. Push up, push up. Woo. How about 4, 3, one more. Oh, that leg is hurting. Oh. Okay, I'm going to turn around and show you the other side. So, the next block of lower and upper is that same exact thing. And then we've only got one other thing after this, and a few core things. Alright, so remember we stepped back, feet still are hip width apart, so not one foot right in back of the other. You can use the wall, and we're going to bend. We're going to push into this heel to get us up. Pretty simple, straightforward movement. Woo, takes a few to get your balance. Drawing the navel in. And keep it shallow. You can go deep. Gets the heart rate up because a lot of leg work. Let's go 4, 3. Whew. All right, so that hip is aching pretty good. Grab your weight. All right. Now we're gonna lean back into that front heel again. Belly button in, elbow bent, and straighten, bend. Really squeeze that tricep at the top. Keep the wrist straight. Now keep the shoulders square with the floor. So you don't have one side higher than the other. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, aching hip. Okay. Now the weights that you want to use for the next one, we're going to be doing some bridge work for the back of the legs again. And then we're going to, for the upper body, we're going to do some chest presses and then flies at the same time. So those flies might need a little bit lighter, just like when we did our bent row and our rear flies. Okay, come on down. So, hold your weights in. We got our knees bent, about hip width apart. And actually, we're not going to use weights first. We're going to do our lower body. Okay, so you're on your heels. In fact, bring them in a little closer because you're going to be pushing one foot into the ceiling the whole time. So your feet even might come a little closer than normal. All right, we're going to come up into our bridge. So I'm going to bring one leg up. You can just leave it bent or straighten it, flex the ankle. We're going to go down and up. Like you're pushing that heel up to the ceiling. You're pushing into the heel that's on the floor. Coming down, but not all the way down. Just kind of brush the floor. Four, 3, 2. That's just the one leg. Now before we go to the upper body, we're going to finish and do that other leg. Rest a moment. Whew. We're up. And we're up. All right, tighten the navel. Push. Push. You're pushing the heel into the ceiling and the other heel into the floor. Get up there. Woo! 8, 7, 4, 3, 2. Oh, I think our hips might be sore tomorrow. Okay, so finishing with our upper body. Now you can do these with your feet on the floor, or you can be up in a bridge for these too. It adds extra challenge. Now your arms, are going to be facing two different ways. Let's go up first. Okay, palms forward. They come out to the side, elbows come down to the floor. That's your chest press. Come up. Now palms facing in. Now loosen the elbows. Now go out to the side. Pull up. Turn forward. Chest press. Fly. Let's get started. If you have any shoulder issues, light weights are the way to go here. And you definitely, when you're doing your fly, keep those elbows rounded, unlocked. Palm forward, palms in. Remember, you can do it in a bridge. That gets those lower body muscles contracting. So it's cheating. We're supposed to be doing upper body. That's okay. Throw some lower body in there. Also gets the core going. Four, three, two, and last one. Woo! Bring them down, set them aside. Okay, we're going to end with upper, lower, core. So, first, let's go back to our lower body. We're going to bring the legs up into a chair position. So you look like a chair. You're drawing the navel into the floor. Now don't let that low back come up. Point the toes. We're going to alternate. Just a toe dip. Now the further out you get from the body, the harder it is to anchor. This is one of those therapeutic back exercises that a physical therapist might use to strengthen your core and your anchoring ability. If you've got this one mastered, you can always do both legs, but don't let that low back come up. Exhale, inhale. Keep drawing down. 4, 3, 2. That's a much safer way to work those deepest abdominal muscles in the lower part of the abdominals than doing like a leg lift. Leg lifts are kind of, they can hurt your low back if you're not careful. And so toe dips with a bent knee is a much safer version. Let's go to the upper body. Now we're just going to fold our arms, set them on the top of the head. So that puts our body weight behind us. Makes it a little harder because we're lifting more body weight. Okay, all we're going to do is move that upper curve. We're going to float up, down. Exhale, inhale. Rolling up one vertebra at a time. So it's just a crunch with our arms overhead. Now you can make it even harder by straightening those arms. Longer lever exercises are harder because your body parts are further out from the body. Makes them feel heavier. Keep drawing the navel toward the spine. In 4, 3, 2. Woo! Okay, this last one, we're combining lower and upper body. Gonna work those obliques. We just worked our lower abdominals and our deepest ones. We worked our upper. Now it's time to work around the sides in a bit of a bicycle. So Let's bring those legs up. One leg out, one leg in. Let's come across to the knee, elbow to knee. Keep the elbows kind of back. It's actually more of a shoulder to knee. Don't pull with your hands. Keep the navel drawn into the floor. If you can't keep your back anchored, bring it closer. Don't reach as far with the legs. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Woo. Come on down. Let's reach. Try to get those arms straight and right beside the head. That gives those shoulders a really good stretch. Woo. That helps to align the spine and build those alignment muscles down your spine. All right, bring the arms in, bring them out to the side, anchor your shoulder blades. Let's bring the feet in closer, touch the feet together. Let's come around. That stretches around the hips and the torso, and the spine, into the low back. Feels good. Okay, one leg in, and the other. Anchor the shoulder blades and come around. Don't force your spine to twist. Just come to a point where it's still comfortable. We want a nice stable spine, but on the other hand, we do want a flexible spine. Let's bring that back arm around. Come to your side. And up to sitting. Okay, let's straighten out those legs as best we can. I'm going to reach it up to the ceiling. Now, tuck the chin. I'm going to start folding over. Reaching for the feet. And then roll back in. Up. And over. So you're feeling the back of the legs, the calves, the glutes. Roll in. One more up. And fold. And in. Okay. Let's come around hands and knees. Let's do a little cat-cow. So we're going to come up, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Really push up through the shoulder blades. And then drop that navel toward the floor. Lift the tailbone. And you can lift the chin if your neck is okay with that. Okay, back to neutral. Let's pop up. Get one leg out in front. You're going to push through that heel. Come on, back up. Let's come back over to the wall. We're going to lean back into it. Feet out in front. You don't have to sit down very far. Pushing through the heels here. All right, arms up. Reach up and try to come back to touch the wall. That's a tough one. Bring it down. Now up in a Y, V, overhead. You're pulling that navel into the spine, into the wall. Release. Open out. This one's probably the easiest. Now shoulder blades up and then down your back. And then let them drop. Whew. Push up. Let's inhale, get tall. Fill the lungs up. Come down, push toward the floor. Tilt that head again like we did in the very beginning. And then other side. get the shoulders down. It really opens up those neck and shoulder muscles. Back to center. Let's pull back a little. Turn, look over the shoulder. And around, other side. And back to center. Hands on your hips. Shoulders down. Pull the elbows back. And that's your posture for the rest of the day. All right, we work the whole body. Doing some lower body, doing some upper body. Alternating between the two. I'm Connie, and I'll see you again.